And so today I will be showing you how to set up a Conda environment in Python. And basically this is a way of getting you going with Python. So once you have this Conda environment, you have a constraint, think of it as a constraint container there. It's supposed to hold all your packages together, so there's no like conflict. And so to do this, you basically need to have either Conda. You could also use like native Python, standard Python environments, the virtual environments. But I will be going with Conda just to get you going, and I will be telling you later towards the end of this video why I choose to go with this particular environment manager. And so let's get going. And so to set up this on Conda environment, you actually need a text file which typically ends with this .yml. It's just like YAML file. You need to specify the name of your environment. You also specify the channel, which is just a source of where you'll be getting all those dependencies or those libraries from. In this case, it will be Conda Forge, and also the dependencies, which are basically those packages that you will be installing within those environments. And we're showing you an example of how this is organized, and I'll be providing examples of these particular files to get you going too. So you just have to look down the description of this video, and you will also find a link to my GitHub, and all the tutorials, all the slides, everything will be available there. So you don't have to start screenshotting stuff and trying to make some notes. Okay. And so these are the basic steps that you need to set it up. First, you have to go to where you create that particular file, the YAML file, which I will provide example below. You could modify it to fit whatever tasks you want to accomplish. And then you use this particular command to create the environment. So just Conda, in this case we're using Conda environment create -f in the name of the file. So this is important. You have to change this to match the name that you're giving that particular file that you're creating. In the case of the one below here, it will be called pytutorial.yml. And then once it's done, it may take some time to run and it's also dependent on the number of packages you want to install. And so once it's done, then you could do Conda activate, and then the name of the environment, which will be in this particular file. So you provide that name. Remember I told you earlier that you give it the name. And I'll be showing you all this, so don't overthink about it now. And once that is completed, you could also do, for example, Conda list, just to see example of what is available. And so suppose you have it running, you have set up your environment, now you have it running, and you want to add packages to it. You just do Conda install the name of the package, and so in this case Matplotlib, which is a plotting library in Python. Or you could also remove packages if you don't need some packages at some point. Just to make your environment lighter, you could remove with Conda, remove Pandas, for example. Conda remove whatever name of package you want to remove here. And also you could also export those stuff you have in your environment and share it with others so that people could reproduce whatever you have in your environment. Remember, when this installing, it will come in with different versions. So it could be, maybe for example, Matplotlib 2 point something, and the next person that may install it 1 year after may be on 3 point something. And so there might be some little numerical differences or whatever. If you want people to be able to reproduce exactly whatever you're doing or whatever analysis you're doing, it's good to like export this file and make it available so that people just set it up straight. I mean, easy stress on both the person that's trying to use your stuffs and also just for integrity of science. And so again, the best practices, just to round up this video, it's good that if you set up a Conda environment, then you should install stuff with Conda, except if it's not available, that's when you should try using maybe Pip or other stuff. It's also good to like pin versions for reproducibility, which is just passing those whatever is available in your environment, exporting them into a text file that you could share with others so that people could easily install them and get pretty much the same thing as whatever you're doing with your environment. And also I would advise you should try not to mix Pip with Conda. Both of them are great managers, but Pip, as I will be showing you the next the differences, Pip is more like Python specific, while Conda is a general purpose package manager, and so it's able to like manage other softwares too that you may install while you're in the environment. For example, you're doing a project that involves C++ or OpenCV or other stuff, or Java or other stuff that are not really Python. Conda will be able to contain those versions, so there's no conflict within your computer. So you could install those stuff and they're well contained just within the Conda environment. Whereas Pip, if you create a normal Python virtual environment, then it's just specific to just your Python-based packages. Okay, and And so this is more like general purpose. That's why I'm going with this in the first place.
Then now I will switch over to the code and then demonstrate how to create this environment from scratch.
Okay, now there you have an idea of what this Conda is all about. Let's set up the environment now. So I have my terminal open. I'm using the terminal here, and I've splitted my window into two just to have my notes on one side and have whatever I'm doing showing you how to install stuff on the other one. Everything on the screen is not important, so let me just clear the screen for both. And let me go to where my project is. So it's in the OneDrive and the tutorials and the Python basics, and then here on tutorial 1. Okay, so here if I just do pwd and copy the same stuff and go into the same location here, and if I do here, I use nano. You could use whatever. You could even just do maybe let's get off readme, so I have some notes in readme that I'll be following there. And on this side to get us going, I have first installed Anaconda on my machine. In this case I'm using a Mac, and if you haven't installed Anaconda yet, first step will be to install, and to install it you just have to go to anaconda.com/downloads. So like this. I'll put the link in the video in the description of this video below. And once you just get here, you provide your email here and you agree to the terms and you submit, and then you download. Or you could just do the skip registration and download. It will basically download an image on your computer that you could just double click no matter what to install on whatever machine you're using. Great, so once you have installed this on your computer, then you have this page here. So for example, if I do which Conda, it should tell me the path where my Conda is. I'm using Anaconda 3 and it's in my OPT at home. Okay, so after you've downloaded it, you could place it there. We could go here and just have a look at what the directory looks like. And so if I go here, this is just it. So it's a folder that's called Anaconda 3. That's the one I'm using. So just download that one and install it, and then you follow up with me the next steps. Okay, and so the first step is actually, as I said in the presentation, it's to create a YML file, which if I go back to where I was before, I could show you what it looks like. So let me use nano and let me just open my Py tutorial code. This is the name I gave mine, Py tutorial. So it's environment that I'll be doing all the videos to teach people how to use Python. And so if I open this particular one, this is how it looks like. These are structures. The first is the name of the environment, and I'm giving it the same name as the file name. And then next is the channel, which is the source of where you want to be installing stuff. I want to be using the Conda Forge for all of them. You could also include to use pip here if you want. And these are the dependencies I want to start with. First, I need a Python specific version, for example, 3 point something. Then I need the NumPy, I need the Pandas. I don't really need Pandas, but yeah, just to give an idea. I need a Scikit-Image, an OpenCV, I need SciPy, I need Peter, I need JupyterLab, and then I need Spyder. Okay, and so this will take some time because I have a lot of them. You could just install a few if you want, if you don't really need many stuff, but I think I'll be using all this one in the future tutorial, so that's why I have all of them here listed. And so now that you have an idea of what is in this particular file, you could just always copy this and modify it to fit whatever you want. Okay, so I'll exit, and I'm exiting with Control X since I'm using nano. So the first step is actually to create an environment. So now I have to do this step, which command Conda Environment create -f, the name of the YML file. Okay, so let's just copy that and I'll paste it here, and the name of my YML file is called Py tutorial. So do autocomplete. So that's the command, and if I hit enter now, make sure you have your internet connection because these packages are being put up online. Once that is done, we'll go to the next step, which will be to just activate our environment. And so in the meantime, while this is going on, let me just modify this. I just had it here today to be where I'm using cat. So I'll speed up the video. Once it's done, I'll come back. Okay, so now that it's done, we'll have to activate the environment, and it suggests how to do that. And if I paste that and run that, notice that the base will change to this. So now I'm in this particular environment now, which is great. and we're good to go now. And if you want to install something, you just have to do Conda install that. In this case, I've installed everything I want, so I don't need to do that. If I want to remove anything, I just have to do Conda remove there, and that will do it. For example, if I want to remove Pandas, I would just have to do that command, and it will maybe take some time, but it will remove that, just to give an idea of what it is. Now that we know how to set up this environment and activate it, let me just kill this, since I just installed it, there's no need of uninstalling that. But if you want to deactivate from this, you just have to do Conda deactivate, and that will take you out of the environment. Okay, so I'm out of the environment now, and so let me just enter the environment again and launch Spyder, which was part of the stuff we installed. And then if I do Spyder, this will launch my Spyder, which is the IDE for Python that I will be using in my next videos to show you how to code in Python, basically. And so to code in Python, first you have to do this. So I've shown you this. Catch you up in the next video.